Good morning, all of you. I'm sharing my screen.
Yes, good morning.
So today, what we will try to complete. So until yesterday, regarding the bank reconciliation related bank activity related postings, which we covered, what we will try to cover today, BRS, how we will try to complete basic BRS things like in Excel file. So in SAP, where it comes to the SAP, maybe if you go for any interviews, they will ask how you are going to prepare the bank reconciliation statement in Excel or how your company is following. Like that, they will ask the questions, so many questions. What you guys need to explain. So whenever there is a bank reconciliation is asking in an interviewer, you are trying to explain the scenario like this is the bank activity we are doing, and after doing this is the bank duty, we will do the reconciliation statement like this. And if any transactions which we identified, if any transactions has been missing, we will try to identify it help of this bank reconciliations so that we can try to force those kind of missing transactions either from one side or either from another side. Like we, some of the transactions are get payment paid in the bank statement, but the transaction which is not get posted in SAP side, these things we can able to discuss with the help of this bank reconciliation statement. So the objective is to identify the any transactions missing and any corrections or any rectifications with the help of these reconciliations we can able to try to pass this kind of entries. So mainly if you go for Genpact or any other Infosys or any other kind of company, first question might be it relates to banking activity. They will ask, tell me what is the BRS and why we need to do, and what kind of entries you will post, and tell me the process to flow from starting to ending, and how you are going to prepare the bank reconciliations, whether you are going to prepare Excel or some other kind of tools. Like that, they will ask so many questions. So here it comes to the questions perspective, and so bank actual main the comparison between two set of books. One is with our bank balances with our books of accounts with the balances as per the passbooks bank balances. We will try to identify whether the transaction get posted one set of books, but the same transaction which is not get posted in another set of books because of the timing differences. So in this case, what we will do, we will try to identify the transaction which are not there in another books, which is gets posted in another book. So with help of this reconciliation only, we can able to identify. If you are not doing the reconciliation, if you are directly checking the total closing balance whether it is matching or not matching, then which transaction is posted or which transaction not posted either one side of books, how you are going to identify? It's very difficult, right? Suppose if you are going to get the closing balance is 1 lakh worth of, here in our scenario, there is a 80,000 is the opening balances, and there is a transaction gets posted for debits and credits for the during the day after uploading your bank statement. There is a 2 lakhs worth of amount has been done related to debits and credit. Ultimately, the closing balance will be the 1 lakh 20,000 will be there. That will be the minus. It means like the balances will be showing as a credit balance means the balance which we are liable to pay to the outsiders more. In this case, the balance which is there in our books of accounts also it should be same amount. But there is some scenario the we given some vendor checks, but the vendor is not at deposit the check in a bank account. Until that, the balance has been already decreased from our bank um, in our SAP system of the bank balances, but still the check has not yet presented in our books of account. In this case, the amount still as per the bank statement, it is not going to be uh, it's not going to be decreased. But as per our books of accounts, the balance has been already decreased. So now if you check it, this closing balances, ultimately it will not match. The same scenario, there is some customer related payment related check which you received from our customer. The check has been deposited by our company, but ultimately the amount is still not yet credited because there is some timeline like 3 days or 4 days to credit that check. But whenever you are depositing the check in our bank account, first what you will do, you will post this entry in our SAP system saying that what entry we are going to post. So and so customer related check has been received like that. Bank account debit to credit to incoming clearing account or check account which you get posted, check receipt account. In this case, so bank account is debit credit to customer supposed to be posted, but ultimately the amount belongs to the customer, still not yet credited in our bank account. But you already posted our SAP side. In this case, our SAP side is showing the balances has been more as per the bank account balance, but this 1 lakh is still not yet received in our bank. In this case, the amount has been uh, we can see here is the amount saying less balance, but as per our SAP, it's showing more balance. So as per SAP, why it's showing more balance means you posted already entry whenever you are going to deposit that entry, deposited that check to the bank system. Before depositing, you are supposed to post those kind of entries in our SAP system. So these could be the reasons. Sometimes what happen, there is some direct debits. So you may get questions like in interview also. Tell me what is the direct debit like that. So direct debits means the amount has been debited directly in our bank account based on the standard instructions. Like we have EMIs, most of the common scenarios. So EMIs and quarterly bank charges or quarterly or maintenance charges or other kind of charges has been directly debited based on the standard instructions which we set up in our bank portal. But those kind of business transactions which are not get posted automatically in our SAP system. So after uploading our bank statement in SAP system, that time only it will get posted. But even though if you are uploaded, but the standard transaction which is get posted our SAP bank side, those statements which are not yet updated in our SAP system, in this in that case also we have differences. To identify this kind of transactions for missing or any kind of adjustment related entries, with help of this bank reconciliation only, we will try to do it. So we will go to the BRS first of all, and I will try to explain you few more scenarios, and then we will try to see at least 1 to 2 scenarios in our SAP system, and then we will try to prepare the Excel file how you are going to extract from bank related data from SAP system. Same way how we are going to update this data into our uh, bank portal side. How we are going to update these things we will discuss right now. So far, we discussed theoretically like how we are going to upload what are the main objective of BRS and what is the you need to explain to the interview. These things we discussed. Now there could be chances of different currencies. So the main balance might be you payment has been done in the different currency, but you posted another currency. There is a possibility of differences between the one currency to another currency because of the foreign exchange rates has been different. In this case, which we already discussed, either it is a gain or loss. So we need to supposed to be post those kind of things which is related to either gain or loss. We will try to post. So those kind of things which we discussed. Yesterday we already discussed regarding the cash pool means it is the transactions has been between within our group of companies. Apart from that, we already discussed invoice related discounts and purchase related also we discussed basic things, all the things. So I will try to show you one transaction related to foreign exchange losses and foreign exchange gains, and then bank charges and these transactions we will see, and then we will try to do the some BRS statement. So BRS is nothing but a one statement. It is a comparison between two set of books. Either one is from bank, sorry, SAP side, another one is from bank side. So both side plus or minus we will try to identify. Then what action we need to do with help of this bank reconciliation, we will try to identify. But before going to explain these steps, we will try to see key transactions which is related to this other transaction like FX gain or loss account and how we are going to be adjusted. These things we will discuss right now, and then we will move forward to the PRS statement. First of all, there is a transaction related to foreign exchange gains or losses purpose. Initially, there is invoice get posted one amount, but actually payment paid in another amount. That thing we will discuss now. So right now we'll try to post an invoice related to purchase or one invoice related to sales, and then after we assumption that after 5 days or 10 days we have received amount from that customer or we make the payment to the vendors. Those things there can be difference amount. Initially one amount and payment paid is another amount. Let me going to SAP system. So after SAP, how you are going to do this kind of scenarios? The entry will get posted automatically like a Webby, uh, Miro or B60. The team P2P team has been posted related to purchases, related to sales. OTC team has been posted. So now after 30 days or whatever the days we are agreeing a payment terms based on that, the entry which already reflected in our SAP system, then only related to payment related to bank statement uploading portion is our responsibility and then clearing also. Now we will try to see, uh, we will try to post one customer invoice and vendor invoice. FB60 for posting the vendor related invoice, and let's see what. So the invoice it will get posted. It already gets posted in SAP system. The amount will be different, but actual payment will be different. So because of that, we are getting the differences. We assumption that this will be posted. This has been posted already 1 month back, and the payment has been released yesterday. Now today you download the bank statement, then you got to know there is some payment which is related to vendor, but the invoice value actually get posted is different. But today the payment has been paid is different. So the reason could be difference of the exchange rates are we are two different currencies means definitely there is a possibility of getting the differences in exchange rates. Now what we will do, we will try to post the invoice related to previous month. So 20th of, so I'm posting this invoice related to vendor, and I will try to use the 25,000. So I'm trying to just explaining 25,000 is the value of amount which is there in the invoice. Vendor invoice number one. So whenever there is some vendor related invoice which is trying to post, automatically below line is coming as a debit purchase to credit vendor account. So I will try to check whether the vendor is correctly we input it or not. This invoice vendor related postings. So they will check the PTP team, they will check invoice copy and then they will post whether the vendor code is available or not. So what is the vendor code which we have? This is the different one. So we'll try to use this one. This is the different one. So now, for example, this is related to purchases or any kind of services. Depends on the services. Based on the invoice, we can check it whether it is related to purchase or whether it is related to service expenditure or whether it is related to any kind of business transaction. So those kind of respect to GL account, you need to use it. That what we call GL coding. So GL coding is mandatory. GL coding is nothing but respect to GL expenditure related or whatever the purchase related, you need to use the correct GL account. Example, I'm using this purchase related GL account. This is the coding of GLs, nothing but. So here I'm using the amount of this initial 25,000. Going to simulate amount authorized for customer. If there is someone has done any configuration changes, no. Okay, don't do any changes in our system because if you do some changes now, it will get wasting of our. We need to do some waste of our time. Okay, whenever you're doing some practice, now maybe then this server might be not by our users. Maybe someone also can do the changes because we have not got any errors so far yesterday, but today we are getting. We need to do resolution of this error. See there, I don't know why it's coming error. Okay, we will try to see one customer invoice at least, whether it is working or not. The same concept, what we discussed, initial invoice get posted one and actual payment received another payment. So because of that, I will try to show you one invoice so that you will get some understanding. That is the purpose I am trying to post it. But system is coming some error. Okay, I will check it later. So right now, try to identify the one concept related to customer also. This customer related also, we assume that there is one different amount received. So customer related, I'm trying to post. If we will get the same error, we need to resolve that error. Otherwise, system will not allow. But we will try to see what will be happening. So right now, instead of customer, we are posting this instead of vendor, we are posting this customer related invoice. So customer means like customer account debit and credit to the uh, vendor account. Sorry, revenue account. We already created. Someone has deleted this one. Actually, please don't do deleted. Maybe you guys are not deleted, but someone others might be deleting in the server. Then it is impacting of ours also. We posted yesterday, but today we are getting this error, right? Number else 5. So 420, 450 is there. 451 is there anyone? 451 not there, right? 450. So we'll try to use the what is the number range? Class loan, class number. Same. No authorization customer under in company code 200. So someone has done some tolerance related issue. Okay. Tolerance. So if you guys are do some mistakes, some kind of other deletion, so it's difficult for us to explain. That is what we have another server. That server I will try to give you so for your practice purpose. So the training related things don't do any deletion or something changes. Maybe some other teams already they might be done. That is impacting ours also. Maybe if you guys are aware of it, what we action we need to do, then only try to do it changes. Otherwise, don't do changes. Okay. See, here is they mention something. That is why it's coming error. Wasting of our time unnecessarily. If it is not allowing, I will try to show you yesterday transaction so that you will get some understanding. Just wait 5 minutes. We will try to see. So this is related to vendor. I'm trying to post once again. Let's see what you will have. See, now it's allowing. Earlier we had some. See, the changes what someone has done because of that we got some error, right? So in real time, suppose you will not get this kind of error because that is locked. So some person not able to do the any changes, right? So whatever the changes we have done, he has mapped some tolerance group, but because of that we are getting some error. But in real time, end user, they don't have access to do any kind of changes. So if any changes are required, they will raise the request to the consultants. Consultants only they will do it. Otherwise, like this is the problems we get it. If you post some kind of so now what is the invoice which we posted? Example, we posted this one 15,000. So assumption that this is the 25th of date which we have received the sorry. So 15,000 related invoice get posted. Okay, now this 15,000 100 payment has been paid. Earlier, what is the value which is there in our SAP system by the invoice, original invoice, 15,000 get posted. Assumption that this is the 15,100 has been making the payment to the vendor. So now how the entries will get posted? What is the our step? We will post directly to the outgoing clearing to bank account, right? So from our side, we will directly upload the payment, either it is a receipt or a payment, either incoming or outgoing. It is outgoing. So we will post outgoing clearing account. After that, what will be happening? So there is some differences. Initial invoice is 15,000, which get posted now 15,100. Additional 100 is making the payment. In this case, the 100 should go to the either from forex losses account or either come the if it is related to bank charges. Sometimes banks are also included in this transaction. In that case, actual payment relates to vendor 15,000 only, but the payment which is more 100 which is paid in terms of exchange differences or other kind of bank charges, we'll try to post separate GL accounts. Either it is a foreign exchange losses or other kind of bank charges or any kind of conveyance fees, you need to use that respect to GL only. Otherwise, our vendor related account is not get cleared. Now we will see the payment paid entry for this with help of our FF underscore 5 or FB50. Now we are going to use FB50 for posting this payment. So 25th date 2023, we have received this bank statement and we are trying to post this entry with the help of our FF underscore 5 or P50. So whenever you making some payment with the help of bank related, how our entry will get posted outgoing clearing account to bank account. So we will not touch vendor account. So outgoing clearing account debited and credit to the bank account. Outgoing clearing account, you just check it. What is the GL account of outgoing clearing account? Outgoing clearing account, and another one is bank account. Bank account also we can check it for our. We no need to waste our time. This is domestic. Where is the bank? ICICI Bank. This one, right? 200, 100. So 15,100. Actual payment is there 50,000. If you check in ender ledger, you can see 15,000 only. Now the payment has been paying more. Even though whatever the payment paid more, you are trying to upload or posting manually or either FF underscore 5, entry will be remain same. సో మీరు ఏది పోస్ట్ చేసినా కూడా ఎంట్రీ అనేది సేమ్ పోస్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఎలా అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీకు బ్యాంక్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ప్రకారం పోస్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు అవుట్ గోయింగ్ క్లియరింగ్ అకౌంట్ బ్యాంక్ అకౌంట్ అనే పోస్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఈవెన్ దో దే విల్ వీ విల్ అప్లోడ్ ఎఫ్ఎఫ్ అండర్ స్కోర్ 5 కానీ లేకపోతే FB50 కానీ వాట్ ఎవర్ వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ కోడ్ FB50 or FF అండర్ స్కోర్ 5, both the entry will be remain same. Only the transaction process wise is the different. Entry perspective there is no difference at all. if you using manually or automatic. That is why try to understand the concept. Okay, either from the process will be same for any kind of either automatic or manual, but you need to know basic things. So 200, 100 is the bank GL. We need to use the value date. Why its value date is required? Because whatever the bank related payments which we are using the value conversioning the values. So effect differences. Example. So what is the payment related outgoing clearing account debit and credit to the bank account? But here we are not touching any vendor account. Then how system should know whether it is related to vendor? How system will not clear any vendor related, right? If we go and check in our vendor ledger FBL1 and vendor subledger system, so still it is open even though we posted entry. Say this 25,000, what is the entry we posted? Today we posted 25 or 15. I forget maybe 25. Those entries are not there. It is the entry we posted. Maybe you guys are don't remember. Let me check. Okay, this one, not this one. Vendor. Maybe I came out. I think. Let me check. What are the other invites also? Only two invoices. What about that invoice which we posted right now? 15,000, right? Maybe you remember what is the date we posted? Okay. That's okay. We will try to take at least this invoice and we will try to post once again. The assumption that there is a 25,000 invoice is posted already system on first and 20th May there is an invoice get posted of 1 lakh. For this 1 lakh worth of invoice, we are making the payment today 1 lakh 1,000. So 1 lakh 1,000 we assumption that it is get posted 1 lakh 1,000. The 1 lakh 1,000 is going to be reflected in our bank statement assumption that here. I don't know the document which we posted right now. It's not reflecting. That's what we are trying to post under entry. So 1 lakh related invoice is posted on 25th May, 20th May. The payment should be make the payment after 30 days. Assumption that it is already due or due. Now we are supposed to make this payment either by manual or automatic payment. Manual payment means like F-53. Automatic payment means F-1010. So now on the assumption that this is the payment we are going to make the payment. One hundred, 100. Earlier we posted that one, we are unable to find. That's what I'm trying to post another invoice for this one. So 100, 100 is the payment which we paid today. So now I will try to post this entry. మనం ఇప్పుడే just now we have done tolerance group, but again someone changed. No tolerance. No. It's very difficult. Errors. Continuously is coming errors na, that will spoil our valuable time in morning. Someone immediately has been updating this one. I don't know who is updating. Earlier we deleted this one. Now today again it got updated. So okay, you don't worry. Maybe in real time you will not get this kind of errors. Okay. We will try last once again. Otherwise, what we will do? We will try to change another server. We will try to post work on another server. This server we are getting little bit of errors maybe. So we are trying to be valuable time is very precious. It's wasting of our time. 31 document get posted. Now, if you observe this entry, what is the amount which we posted now? So 100 means like earlier invoice. What is the value which is get posted in original invoice? So let me check yes. First, right? We'll try to check what is the value which is there in our vendor ledger. 100. But what amount which we posted right now? 100. 100 is the value. 1 lakh is the value which is there, but 1 lakh 100 which we paid amount today. But the difference because of the FX rate differences, how this is going to be reflected in our BRS means this we should suppose to make the clearing before doing the reconciliations. We need to prepare the journal entry for these differences. Either it is a bank charges or forex revaluation, we need to move from this clearing account to the bank charges or FX differences account because actual invoice is 1 lakh, but payment paid 1 lakh 100. The amount because of the either come the FX rate differences or either from the bank charges. But how you get to know? But for example, I know, but you guys are don't know. How you will get to know? Whenever you join the company, you will get to know this is the tax based on if you got this kind of tax or this kind of bank charges purpose, they will maintain some different taxes and foreign exchange gains or losses. For that purpose also you can see there is a value has been converted with the other currencies. You can see there below this is the conversion rate and this is the actual payment date rate, like that we can see in the bank statement itself. Based on that we can get to know whether it is a domestic payment or foreign payment, so that you can able to see okay this is related to foreign exchange, like that you will get to know. Even though Whenever is joining the starting, you will get the training also for that, whether how you can identify the either it is related to forex payment or whether it is a bank status, how we can identify these things already. Once you join in the company at the time of KT, they will provide these basic things. So because I know how it is going to be impacted and how the terms they are going to be used, but you guys don't know. So whenever if you go for some companies, their company process point of view, they will give the knowledge transfer to you so that you will get to know. Otherwise, how you guys will get to know? So right now we got the KT and we observe that this is related to difference of foreign exchange losses or gains because of the transaction what we observed. So 100, 100, there is a still vendor account is open, still not at get posted the entry. So in this case, what our P2P team will do, they will go to the F-53 and then what they will post it, they will post the 25th date on 2023. KZD coming automatically for vendor payment and company code also they will use it and the date also they will use as per the bank statement. Period also going to be three and currency whether it is INR or euro whatever the currency it will be used and vendor payment or vendor clearing whatever vendor clearing for invoice. Okay. So now the amount is 100. 100 is the open as per the credit side, right? So actually 100, 100, but we make the payment today. What is the worth of 100, 100, which you posted as per the bank statement? That same amount they need to do the credit also. But at the time of selecting open items, they can find only 1 lakh worth of amount. But the difference between 1 lakh and 1 lakh 100 should go to the foreign exchange losses account. Right now, they should suppose to use credit same amount only 100, 100. Actual payment is 100, 100 only. Sorry, this is the GL account 100,508. So if you go and select this open invoice of vendor, we will find only 100, 1 lakh worth of invoice only open. I'm going to my company code and selecting the vendor. What is the vendor we have? This one, fresh vendor. Now it's coming only 15,000. So what is the vendor? Either it is a vendor or customer. Okay, we are checking Infosys G8100, but it's coming. Okay. See, earlier we posted one 15,000 of invoice. Now it's coming, but acha, it's like a different vendor number. Here is the different vendor number, right? You can see what is this vendor 8100, but it's coming a different vendor, right? Infosys is coming, but we selected Charvik. Actually, I try to show you with the help of in print of you only. Otherwise, I could post previous day transaction myself and then I can show you, but you will not understand the concept. That's what I'm trying to post in front of you. And if any error come, how I am going to resolve. Same way you need to resolve. Like for example, how real time is happening. I will show in front of you only. Then only you will get to know what kind of things you need to check it. Why it's not coming? Vendor. Wait. What is the vendor number of this? 8100. 8100. 8100. We have only this invoice 378 document number. See, now it's coming. I'm selecting this one. See, now we got 100 is the amount which we entered, but actual open items 100 means it is a 1 lakh worth of amount which is open as per the invoice which we posted initially. This is posted last month vendor invoice, but right now we are making the payment 100 because of the differences of the FX rates. Now if you select this one, we are getting only 100. The difference should go to this amount because of the foreign exchange losses, or otherwise it is related to bank charges. Then what you guys need to do, this is related to PTP team, but if you posted already this amount to the foreign exchange losses or gains account, then they will directly uh, they will select the GL account and they will directly will clear it. But before that, this amount should go to foreign exchange losses or gains account. For that, you need one GL account also. You need to check whether we have GL account, foreign exchange losses or gains, and then we'll use that GL account. So far, we could not find any GL account for foreign exchange losses and bank charges. So I will try to create one account related to foreign exchange losses. Maybe another 5 minutes, I will try to show you how this transaction we are going to update in BRS so that you will get some confidence on BRS point of view, how we are going to update. This is related to P&L. We can use it some other kind of, so any other categories. If it is related to non-operating, we can use some bank charges, those kind of things. Other administration, it is not supposed to be administration, but we will try to use administration at this moment. So it kind of non-operating expenditure this is related to. Anyway, I will try to show you. FX losses account 400,305. Now how they will post this one to FX losses account? Here is the option to charge off distribute of difference. They will click on charge off difference, and then what they will use, these differences of foreign exchange losses will going to be debit or credit. Debit, right? So debit, and then the account they will use the 400 just now which we created. What is that? 400,305. So amount difference of the amount is 100, right? Not all. We'll use the cost center for the difference, like finance cost center. They will use it, or either from we. If you guys will post it already to FX differences, they will not get any differences. But we have not posted. So ultimately, at least either from PTP side or either from our side, need to move this balance to the foreign exchange losses account. So actually, real time, what happened? The difference of the foreign exchange losses or gains, automatic GL account pickup purpose, they will do the configurations. Okay, if it is not picking up the automatically differences account to the foreign exchange losses, you need to input manually like this. If it is picking up automatically to the forex losses account, then you don't need to input. But I observed in my previous cases, real time, what is happened. Some companies they will follow the automatic. Some companies they will, while doing clearing, they will manually input it. That is depends on the company to company. Okay, now what we will do, we go and check and the simulator. See now what will be coming the entry. Outgoing clearing account is debit 100 and forex loss account 100. Actual invoice is 1 lakh. The invoice value which is there in the Infosys Limited is 1 lakh amount, but actually payment has been paid 1 lakh 100. The difference between the actual amount and invoice value is going to be FX loss account. Now we will save this one. Now if we go and refresh this one, see now it gone. So only 25,000 is there. So where it went on clear document. It went to the clear document. See, if you observe this one, 25th 1 lakh, this one which we posted right now, right? So this one is the amount which we cleared, right? So now this credit and this debit is going to the knocking off. Ultimately, the 100 value is going already. This is moved to the forex losses account. So like this, we need to process it the process, and we will try to identify. We will try to prepare the BRS in right now, and then we will try to close this one. So how we are going to update the BRS means we assumption that we processed all the business transactions because you guys know. So for what we discussed, right, bank statement related journal entries, whatever the journal entries we discussed, I have shown you this PTP related, OTC related, and GL related also. We covered all the scenarios, and now we have covered this foreign exchange losses. It is if it is a gain, we will use the gain account. If it is related to uh, losses like just now we discussed, we are going to use this losses account. If it is a bank charges like just now we are used the bank foreign exchange losses, instead of that we will use the bank charges account. If any difference we can identify it related to bank charges. So now this interest related separate entry we will post this. We will post it. Vendor customers we already covered, and this is the mainly related to cash pooling account. We are just changing the GL account. So either it is a payable or receivable, we are just changing the GL account. Nothing is changing. So general point of view, I believe you guys are a little bit clear on this. Now we will move to the BRS. First of all, whenever the transaction is get posted, after that, just copy the previous day bank reconciliation statement and paste in the current day. And here there is a date. You need to change the date. For example, here is the date. You need to change the date, whatever the date. For example, you are trying to prepare the bank reconciliation statement for 25th 06 2023. Assumption that this is for last 25th date. You need to change the date, and then what you guys need to do related to some of the transaction as per the opening balance, it will be appear automatically here the opening balance. On these opening balances for today, plus or minus transactions will be get appeared. Either it is plus. Example, I am trying to take one paste and screenshot, and then I will try to show you. How you need to update the previous day balances, it will come automatically. How it's coming, I will show you. So before updating, there is a balance of 2,20,000 something. Now the balance will be increased, right? For example, this is the until previous month 80,000. The assumption that opening balance is 80,000. Then the transaction related to, first of all, you need to update from bank portal side, like bank related statement. Uh, See, you posted all the transactions. You need to go to SAP FPnA screenshot and then try to take the screenshot and then update the screenshot, because what is the purpose of the screenshot means we are make suring the balance as per the bank statement with matching our SAP balances. For example, we are doing this is for related to June, right? You need to take the June related month, then take the screenshot, update in our BRS. Going to update here, like example, This 2,35,200 should be matched with our bank statement balances. Bank statement screenshot also try to update here. For example, this is the bank statement. This is the bank statement balances. It should be matched. Here you will get to know this is the closing balance, right? Example, this is the bank statement. You will try to copy this one also. Identify this amount is there now. So this amount should be matched. If any balances mismatch, with help of this BRS only, we will try to identify. Now here is the 1,20,000 as per the SAP, as per the bank statement, we have 1,20,000 minus value. Here as per the our SAP system 2,35,000. The difference amount between these two, 235 minus 120, there is a 120, 1,15,200 is the difference. The 1,15,000, there could be reasons of today's transactions, you need to add it. Once you add the today's transaction in this port in this system, then the balance of the closing will be matched as per the bank statement with our the transaction might be there is some transaction still not yet posted in our either SAP side, or some transaction might be there is a possibility of there is a payment has been paid but you have not accounted. Because of that only we get the differences. Now how you are going to identify? You will add the here the below the lines. You will add the today's all the transactions. Until yesterday, it is already there. So if you add the today transaction, ultimately the closing balance of which is appeared as per the bank statement closing balance of 1,20,000, it will be appeared here 1,20,000. Once it is appeared in 1,20,000, bank statement of this our PDF file is matching Excel mean, then this each transaction wise you will download the data. You will download this data to for today this month, and you extract this data and try to do the VLOOKUP with help of document what is the transaction which is get posted SAP side, uh, which is there in the bank statement but which is not posted in our SAP side. We'll try to identify after extracting this data with help of VLOOKUP, with help of document number or reference, whatever the reference. So the transaction is get posted in SAP system with help of any kind of reference. One common unique variable you need to identify. Mostly reference is the common, and some of the document number is the common, right? Document number in the sense reference they will use against this payment we will use one reference. Against this payment we will use one reference. Against this payment we will use one reference. The reference which is reflected on bank statement will be going to be used in our SAP system also. Common variable for in SAP also reference. So you try to identify with help of this reference VLOOKUP. This reference should be matched our SAP, the transaction is get posted. So for example, the reference which is there in this transaction, it is in our passbook side, but the same which is not there in our SAP. So for example, you extracted data and you have downloaded the data and we have pasted here. And then what is the so you try to identify there is a two transaction. These two transaction coming under whenever you apply the VLOOKUP, it will come automatically NA. It will come NA like that. So once if you identify this these two other two is coming 28 and 24. These two are coming reference document, but these two are not coming. So then you going to this our BRS summary. You need to add those two lines. Either it is from pending from bank side or pending from SAP side. You are going to add these two lines here. Once you add these two lines here, the closing balance as per the bank statement, it will be adjusted, right? Why it's not, why, how it is adjusted means, suppose there is a balance and the transaction will get posted from SAP bank side, but bank statement it is reflected, but you not posted in SAP side, you are going to deduct here. Means you are going to post the transaction right now you will post, but before posting you try to check it whether this is the matching or not, and try to add those lines which is get posted in one system which is not there. You need to take it as open items. Only open items only we need to take here. Already posted both the sides, you no need to take here. Only open items only. Those is actionable items only. You need to take it here and then try to adjust automatically. For example, the transaction is posted in bank statement. Bank statement it is reflected, but SAP not posted. Then either it is you need to check it whether it is a payment or a receipt. Two scenarios: payment or receipt. So the transaction you given to check to the vendor, but still the amount is not yet credited to our bank account. So either scenarios SAP side and bank side, whether it is difference is coming from SAP side or bank side, you got to know. Now we got to know there is a transaction related to this. There is a additional two transactions we missed to post these two example. This two is there in the bank statement, but we have not yet posted in our SAP system. What you guys need to do? This is the debited. This is the debited in our bank, but not posted in SAP. Then where will come? Debited bank pending in SAP. Here it will come. Rent payment debited, but not posted in SAP. Ultimately, the amount minus 1 lakh, the 1 lakh worth of amount. Now, how this should be adjusted means here what I mentioned, this balance minus ultimately this balance will be adjusted. Like this, it is automatically adjusted based on the formulas what we maintained. See, right now we got the difference of 1 lakh. This 1 lakh, when it will get difference, when it will be moved, whenever after posting the transaction in SAP side here, if you post this SAP side also, this 1 lakh worth of amount, this is the payment, right? You need to add this amount, check related payment given, but still now not yet posted. So ultimately, the amount also it should go. So what is the amount which you pay to the vendors means our balance is supposed to be decreased. So whenever there is a entry which is not get posted, the payment which is not get posted means you should supposed to use minus, right? That is why it's coming. So generally the remains which is there in the one system which is not there, you will try to identify manually with help of bank statement, with help of SAP balances. You need to plus or minus. If it is a balance which is get posted either a SAP side, plus or minus, how it is getting impacted, I will try to explain in 5 minutes and then we can close it. So there is a check you deposited in our bank, but still not yet credited. So then you deposited means what is the entry you are going to post? Bank account is going to be debited credit to the customer account. Bank is balance has been increasing or decreasing? It is increasing, right? It means our balance has been increased as per SAP. But still now, as per the bank statement, still now the amount is not yet coming. So in this case, as per the bank statement, if you check it, this balance is still not yet credited. In this case, the balance as per the passbook, if you check it, here is the less value. So in this case, as per the bank's SAP, it's more. As per the bank, it is less. So we are not able to touch our bank statement balances because that is external. Internal only we can able to identify. We can able to make the entries. Now this balance need to be equal to this. This balance should be equal to this. Means what we need to do it. We already increased. Then it should match with this bank statement. Means what we need to do. We need to decrease. We need to decrease in the sense less. Here is the less. Same way, you given one check to the vendor, the vendor balance has been deposited in our SAP. We posted one vendor related check, whatever the check which we, what is the entry we are trying to give? Vendor related bank account related vendor which you given to check to the vendor account to bank account. It means our bank balance has been decreasing, means minus. The balance has been showing less, but still now vendor is not at credit, vendor is not at deposit check, means as per our bank statement, if you check it closing balance, it is showing more because still payment is not yet done. In this case, our balance as per the bank statement showing more, but actually if you observe based on this, it is showing less as per the SAP side. But you need to match our SAP balances with the bank statement balances, right? In this case, here is the less, means what you need to do it. If you need to add, then only it will be matched with our bank statement balances. Other two scenarios will be debited from the bank side, but pending in SAP side. So debited means there is some bank charges or other kind of direct debits are there. So bank statement balance, as for the bank statement, there is a debits has been done. Debits in the sense payment paid. So ultimately bank balance has been decreased as per the passbook, but you have not yet accounted so far. So that our balance has been showing more. On a balance, what is the plus balance which is there, but as per the bank statement, less balance. As per the SAP, more balance. So more we need to equal to this less balance, means what you need to do from more to you need to decrease, minus you need to do it. So here automatically we mention, if you observe this symbol itself, no need to mug up, only just try to make it the scenario. So either it is the increase of our SAP side, what we need to action from our side. This is the scenarios. And the last one is credited in our bank, but still not yet posted in our SAP system. So there is one payment received in our bank account to customer account, but we have not yet accounted. We don't know. Maybe the check has been direct deposited by customer, but still now bank deposited is been credited, balance has been increased as per the passbook, but still now not yet accounted from in our SAP system. So mana SAP system lo balance అనేది less ఉంది, but as per the bank statement prakaram balance has been more. So you need to equal to this, means what you need to do it, you need to add back. Once you add back, the amount will be matching as per the bank statement balance with our SAP balances. So ultimately, the closing balance as per the bank statement should be matched with the closing balance as per the bank statement. If any differences will come, we will try to check it with the help of this transaction. We look for otherwise what is the reference. For example, day wise you need to filter it. For example, this is the for which date we got the differences. For example, you posted some transaction on first day, there is no difference. On second day we got the difference, then filter it. So this is the in on second day two transactions, but only one transaction only we posted in our SAP. There is a 10 transactions are there in as per the date wise, but if you check in our SAP system, there is a only two transaction. Here is the three transaction as per SAP, but as per the bank we have only two transactions. But in SAP three transaction. The remaining transaction you need to keep it as open in our BRS by using the either subtract or plus, so that our we will get the end of the closing balance. I think it is little bit of confused, means like little bit of tricky, but I'm not saying confused. It is a little bit of tricky to understand the concept. If you guys are well learned in your degree or BCom, then it will get so easy to understanding. But sometimes if you are doing the daily basis or in a real time work, then only you will get more confidence. So by explaining one time, it's very difficult for you to understand this concept. Try to understand the multiple times, watch this video, and also try to identify the scenarios, maybe how it is going to be implemented, and just try to identify the scenarios and try to make the plus or minus how it's getting impacted, so that you will get some more ideas. But in real time scenarios like this only. In interviews, if you tell the scenarios like this, definitely you will get clear that interview. You no need to bother about the how things are working on it. But whenever you join in the company, you will get the training also again. Not only our training, but inside also you will get training. If you are not get able to get the training, try to get watch our video once again. Then definitely you will understand. So that's it for today, and maybe we'll try